You're good.
I hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate y'all being here. Looking forward to seeing the crew up in the baseball stands here shortly. But glad we could adjust. Just working through the different protocols, and glad that you guys were able to make it out. You definitely been missing you. So good first day. Really, I thought the guys came out at a lot of energy. Started in the meetings. Thought guys were very attentive, understanding the sense of urgency that we have with every moment that we get. We with 15 practices, the days in between for meetings and all aspects of what we're trying to do. We want to be very aggressive in how we install, very aggressive in the intensity of the individual reps, in the overall just development of our team. But I thought the guys came out. They look good. They were definitely in a much better shape than what we've been. I thought they were able to really kind of push through practice. Wasn't necessary to take too many breaks or any of that. But our guys, I thought our guys had the right mentality. Obviously, some good things, new faces, new guys that are picking up the language and going out there and had their first day. Practice as a Florida State Seminole, and we definitely saw some great flashes. With the new coming group and guys that have really changed and developed their bodies. I thought the guys flew around today, and overall it was a good day.
First question will be Ira Chappelle from Warchant.
Late last week, I guess on Friday, the strength staff had their squat party, and it looked like it was pandemonium in the weight room. Is that typical, or was that even more in terms of just the excitement and the enthusiasm that maybe you guys have had in a while?
That was a kind of a great way to wrap up the winter program. It was a very competitive day. We were able to bring the guys there together. It was exciting to see, and it was it's part of you see a team that comes together through the challenge, through the work, and when you have a day like that where you're maxing out on squat, and there's a lot of weight flying around, and there's guys that had to truly fight and battle through each rep, and the celebrations, even in times where guys weren't able to finish the rep, still the encouragement and knowing that they had pushed everything that they had, and it gives an opportunity to continue to grow and get better. But I think the relationships are definitely we are coming together, and it's been fun watching this team, whether it's a newcomer or a guy that's been here for 6 years. We all are put in a position to continue to help grow with each other, and that's something that's it's been a nice sight to see as we've gone through tour duty. That was the grand finale of our winter program, and it was a heck of an atmosphere in there, and I was really, really proud of our guys.
Next will be Bourbon Seminoles from Noles 247.
Mike, first off, thanks for opening up the practices. Much appreciated. Looking forward to it. As far as the first day of spring, I guess the depth chart would probably always be fluid, but is it more so in the first couple of days of spring or camp for you guys?
Absolutely, and to get this is a unique year, with the group of super seniors that we have. You guys that had the extra year of eligibility, and just the number of newcomers that have joined the program here in the spring. We've got a pretty full football team. Obviously, there's some freshmen that will be joining the roster here in the summer. Potential, additional, players at other positions. But as you sit there and you look at it, we've got pretty good numbers, going into spring ball. So we want to make sure that we maximize the reps. We will roll with 3 groups, pretty regularly. But on the flip side of it, still trying to build continuity, and like I said at the beginning, every rep, every day matters. If there is a sense of urgency in what we're doing, and so you take the information that you have, through meetings, and obviously winter workouts and the way guys are developing. in all aspects. And you got to have a group that goes out there first, and then the competition begins. And that's what I'm excited to see play out and guys, truly pushing to maximize every rep that they get.
To be Gene Williams from Warchant.
Hey, Coach. Thanks again for opening things up. Looking forward to Thursday. I want to ask you, I guess, first of all, sorry to slip into there, but I guess, first of all, Mackenzie Milton, how'd he do his first day out there on the practice field? And then second of all, you got a unique situation with quarterbacks. Every single one has started a college game. I don't know too many teams out there in college football that have that situation. How do you divvy up those reps in practice?
Well, I mean, it's one of the things that, it is a challenge, but our guys, they know they are in a true competition. And so the importance of every the emphasis of every individual rep that we have, those guys, I mean, they're competing in all aspects. And so I thought they did a good job with it today. I thought, Mackenzie, for being in his first day, I thought it looked like he had a nice control of what we were asking him to do. Some good plays and some bad plays. I mean, just like anything. So I think our guys, just the quarterback group in general, the overall confidence in what they were being asked to do. I thought Jordan looked really good. Chuba, Tate, I mean, made some really nice throws. I mean, that group it's going to be fun to watch because, just the diversity and talents, but also the approach that all these guys bring to it and the competitors that they are. It's a really good group at that position. And so we're going to continue to get better, and those guys are going to push each other. But it was fun to see them even today, just how they interacted and encouraged each other. But then you could see the competitiveness just within that group.
We'll go back to Ira from Warchant.
I was curious about the receivers, particularly a guy like Keyshawn. I know he came back last year from the injury, but sometimes a guy needs that next year before they kind of get back to where they were. I was wondering what you've seen from him and some of the other receivers who are coming back.
Yeah, and Keyshawn had a couple really nice plays today. I think he's going through the winter program. His movements, the confidence in the way that he's planning, changing direction. You see the speed, really coming back to form, and there's no doubt about it that he is much further along than where he was at any point this last year. But once again, I think that has a lot to do with just the development of his rehabilitation and the work that he's put into it. It was amazing that he played last year. And I know we said that throughout the course of the season. I mean, he had to do a lot of work to put himself in that position, but now just consistently day in and day out, not having to go through as much of the rehabilitation, just to be able to go out there and play to the best of his ability. And I thought he looked good. And, we've got a lot of new faces there at receiver. Today, guys were flying around. Excited about some of the flashes that I saw, but overall that group, I mean, it's gonna be a ton of competition. And when you couple that with the running backs that we have, the tight ends, the numbers, I mean, everybody's looking to define their role, and there's gonna be a lot of competition between all those spots to the group that's going to give us the best opportunity to put our team in a position to be successful.
Next will be Chris Need from Noles 247.
Coach, I was wondering, Darius Washington, this is his first offseason that he's been able to do stuff and lift weights. Have you seen a transformation? Is it taking effect, or is it one of those things that he needs a little more time?
No, there's no question. There's been a unbelievable transition and transformation for him just into having a full offseason. And Darius, I think I talked the other day about Jay Sean maybe being the star of the offseason, but you look at Darius, and I mean, he's absolutely the most improved in what he's done. From the weight gain to the overall strength. I mean, just the work ethic that what he's showing. I mean, we got big expectations from him, and he answered the call there in the winter program. Excited to see him continue to compete here in spring practice.
Next will be Aslan Hadarandi from Warchant.
Good evening, Coach. Thanks for doing this in the evening. Appreciate it.
Hey, don't worry, Aslan. We're gonna go about 6 a.m. in the fall, so just for you.
I'll enjoy while I can. Defensively, is there a good sense of what you guys want to establish and what the identity is going to be, or is this very much a kind of wait and see and feel it out and see how the new guys integrate into things?
We're going to obviously approach every day, trying to allow those guys to go out there and play as fast as they can. You take what they're learning in the meeting room, putting out there on the field, and it's going to be a continued learning experience for us to know exactly what we have. You see the development in guys and kind of where they are. I think about just guys all across our football team, guys like DJ Lundy, Stephen Dix, that were true freshmen last year that kind of got thrown into it, and just to see the growth that they've had throughout the course of the offseason. Guys that we're looking at either different positions or different roles. I mean, I think that through the course of the spring, we're going to get a great understanding of kind of who we are and the strengths and talents that we have, and then continue to build towards that. And philosophically, we know what we want to do, but just like anything else, it's about playing to the strengths of the guys that we have. And there were a lot of really good flashes. I mean, Jermaine Johnson today, you saw a very explosive player. They're coming off the edge. It was a good sight. And guys like Jamie Robinson, Bam Morris. I mean, it's been encouraging to see what they've brought, and the kind of added competition to that side of the ball. It's going to give us a lot of versatility.
We'll go back to Brendan from Noles 247.
I know late last year, Mari Gaynor was doing some, I guess, outside linebacker and inside linebacker work. Is that still kind of the plan for him this spring, or is there going to be a more defined singular role for him moving forward?
Well, I mean, that was something that we wanted to do throughout the season last year, and it kind of showed up towards the end of the year. Just different things that we were asking him to do. I think that's one of Mari's great strengths is the versatility that he has, and he's got to be a guy that that can impact in all different aspects. I think we're starting off this spring, really taking a good look at him, of being inside, because that was something they didn't do just as much last year. But you'll see him in all spots. I mean, he is his talent and the versatility what he brings, and really his commitment to what he's doing mentally. Just in his overall understanding, it's been impressive.
We'll go back to Gene from Warchant.
Coach, at the outset, you mentioned conditioning, kind of how they were better there. Is that compared to your first day in 2020? Is that the biggest difference you're seeing in this team? Is it attitude? I mean, what are the differences you've seen a year from the beginning of spring practice? I
mean, I think there's also a confidence in how they approach the work and knowing what the expectation is. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stand around moments out there on the field, and guys know that they're going to have to push. It's going to be we're going to be as efficient with their time as we can possibly be, but every moment we're on that field, we're going to be working. And I think that they're approaching the winter conditioning, the winter program, and how they condition, and what we ask them to do. You put them in the best position to be ready for spring practice. They're not in the shape that they will be when we get to fall camp, but it's two different seasons for us. And so but I thought that their overall approach to practice, we have to continue. We have to get better come Thursday in a lot of areas of it. But I think that you could just see that they had a confidence in the expectation and what we're asking them to do.
I'm going to go two more. Go back to Chris from Noles 247.
When you spoke the other day, you talked about the walkthroughs that the NCAA allowed this year. I was just wondering, are there any other tweaks to the rules as far as what you guys can do with spring compared to years past?
No, that was really probably the biggest adjustment. It was just allowing that, those last couple of weeks. And so, but really everything else we're looking at is just a normal spring practice.
All right, last one, we'll go back to Aslan.
Coach, I know you have a teleconference with boosters, so I don't want you to give away any spoilers, but could you give us some maybe insight into what your feedback has been and your preference for facilities when it comes to the football program?
I'm really excited about what the future holds when it comes to just all aspects of the program and the continued push to elevating in a lot of different areas. And one of it is the facilities, the football facility. We've I think there's a lot of momentum, with what we're looking to do and where we want to go. And we've got an incredible administration, incredible support with the Seminole boosters, and excited about what the future holds. And so we're working through that process, and taking it day by day. But really enjoyed this spring, just getting a chance to meet and talk to a lot of our supporters, and really being able to share the vision for where we're going, and the kind of some of the things that we need to do just to continue to push overall as a program. And there's a great deal of excitement about it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.